Let's have the next problem. Juan de la Cruz restaurant is offering a 20% discount to all customers whose last name is also de la Cruz. Input the last name of the customer and the total amount due to the customer, and then output the amount to be paid. So again, let's analyze the input, the process, and the output. But before that, since there is a constant 20%, let's have here that there is a given value, which is 20. And we need to convert it into 0.2. Then input. So what should be the input? Input should be the last name of the customer. Okay, so I'm going to make it as variable L name for last name. Okay, then what should be the output? Okay, so the output is the amount to be paid. Then I'm going to name it as AMT paid. Okay, so now here, so how are we going to do the process? Okay, so it says that if the last name is De La Cruz, we're going to have a discount of 20%. But if not De La Cruz, whatever the total bill, it should be also the amount to be paid. But if it's De La Cruz, the amount to be paid will be with 20% discount. So I have it here. If last name, which is L name, is equals to, so De La Cruz is a string, so I need to put double quotation mark. So how are we going to perform the amount to be paid, or AMT paid here? Otherwise, what should be the amount to be paid? Okay, so by the way, another input is the amount. Amount is the total bill. Okay, so here, if your last name is not De La Cruz, whatever the amount, that should be the amount to be paid. But for the last name with De La Cruz, there will be a 20% discount. So how are we going to do that? So it should be amount minus, why minus? Because we're going to have a discount, minus parenthesis. So it should be here. So I can use already the value 0.2 times amount. So I'm getting the 20% of the amount. So let's say, for example, my amount to be paid, the total bill is 500. If my last name is De La Cruz, there will be a 20% discount in 500. So this is 500 minus 20% of 500. So let's say, for example, that's 100 pesos. Okay, so that's 500 minus 100. So your total bill is just only 400 instead of 500 because your last name is De La Cruz. But if your last name is not De La Cruz, whatever your amount to be paid, your total bill, it should be the amount to be paid also as well. So let's have the flowchart design for that. So I'm going to make use of start, and then I have two inputs. I'm going to input the last name, comma, and the amount. Then I need to use the decision symbol to test whether the last name will be De La Cruz. So if last name is equals to De La Cruz, then I have it here, the false, and I have it here, the true. If it's true, then I'm going to compute for the amount to be paid equals to amount minus parentheses 0.2 times amount. In this case, if it's not De La Cruz, I just compute for the amount to be paid is equals to the amount. So since they have both the same display or output, which is amount to be paid, so don't forget that the flowchart should be top to bottom, left to right. So I'm going to display here output and then amount paid and then end. Then again, there's a dangling flowchart symbol here, so I need to connect this in outputting the amount to be paid. So again, I'm going to use connector instead of direct flow lines. I'm going to use on-page connector, connect the label A, and connect it here. Okay, so let's simulate. So let's say, for example, my input value is Fuentes for the last name and my amount is 500. So if Fuentes is equals to De La Cruz, false. So whatever my amount to be paid, my amount just 500, it should be also the amount to be paid. So go down here, display 500 and end. So what if I'm not Fuentes but I am De La Cruz? So my name is De La Cruz. If De La Cruz is equals to De La Cruz, true. So whatever the value 500 will be deducted to 20% discount, and that's, for example, 400. Go to A. A is here, so displaying the value 400 here, and then end. For the pseudocode, we have variables used. So we have a lot of variables. First is the last name. Last name is a string. Okay, then amount and amount to be paid are numeric. Then we have begin. So I'm going to accept the last name and the amount. Then, using the diamond shape, so I'm going to use if then else. If last name is equals to De La Cruz, then, so we're going to compute for the amount to be paid equals, again, amount plus, amount minus parentheses 0.2 times amount, else amount to be paid is just simply whatever the amount. Then here I'm going to display amount to be paid equals, comma, AMT paid. Then I have it here. And